I apologize for some of you if we were talking to like a shell of a person. But I meant it, I think. I meant it.
Tomorrow when there's nobody to talk to you, I'll pet you in.
Yeah, right.
Does Walking Dead feel kind of like a lifetime away to you?
I don't know, I think the Wlaker Stalker and honestly the community that surrounds us helps you and kind of keeps you in this wonderful place of like the familiarity of the show. And so it doesn't feel like a lifetime away, it still feels very much a part of my life. And so I appreciate that. But life is definitely different. Yeah.
Your dad.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. And,
a lot of stuff. Well, that's what I mean. I think it must be for you kind of like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you love the character, you love having been part of the show, and also you don't want to be only identified with that role, you want to move on and do other things. So how do you reconcile that?
Sure. I mean, it's like this. It's like, I think everyone, I don't know, I can't say everyone, at least I do. I really like finishing things because I rarely finish things. And like, I have so many books that I've read like halfway through, or movies that I've seen a quarter of the way, or games that I start and I never finish. But there's something super incredible about like closing the book and being like done, you know? And so for Walking Dead, that's it for me, is I know I'll probably be remembered in part by that show for probably the rest of my life. But I really love the fact that I can just seal it and say like, that's finished. That's really
satisfying.
Cool. Yeah, super satisfying.
What game, this is silly, but what games have you finished that just felt really good that you finished?
What games haven't I finished? Have I finished? I finished all the Last of Us stuff. Yeah, but you have to finish that or else it's not worth it. I can tell you all the games I didn't finish.
You played Resident Evil 2?
Not that I finished Resident Evil 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, those were fun.
There's a new one, you know, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, they remade that?
It's amazing.
Is it really?
Best zombie game ever.
What is it out for?
PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
Oh, man. I can't have time for games. I haven't finished any of the. What is that thing called now that I'm blanking?
Red Dead Redemption.
No, Red Dead. Who finishes Red Dead? Who finished that?
Or 20% of the people who play it.
Really? That's not even finishable, is it? But anyway, any difficult game I haven't finished.
I want to get to your guys' questions. I'm sure you have a lot of Walking Dead questions, but I want to ask you a little bit first about some of the things that you've been doing since The Walking Dead. I recently saw Burning.
Oh, you did?
The other day.
Thanks.
Anybody seen that? Burning? Only a few.
Thank you.
It's so good. It's won tons of awards. I call it an existential psychological mystery thriller / character study.
That's it.
And can you just tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Burning. I got to work with one of my favorite directors of all time, in director Lee Chang-dong, who is a Korean filmmaker, very humanist filmmaker, and it was a wonderful experience. But very quickly, the story is based off a Murakami short story about a young man who is an aspiring writer who falls in love with this girl that comes mysteriously into his life. And then all of a sudden, a character I play named Ben shows up and makes it strange. So
it's very ambiguous.
Yeah,
and you don't know who is this guy. Like, what's he doing with her? And you don't know him. And I don't want to get too much into it for spoilers, but just that you're not sure if he's a good guy or not. And so I wonder, how do you play the role? Do you know exactly what he is? And how do you play a role where you kind of want to convey that it could be different things at once?
I knew who he was because I made a choice for him. And with writing that line, you know, that's expert directing, you know, that's just really incredible directing. But then on top of that, how you play that is, I think you operate from a very sincere place as often as you can. I don't think...
You had to make a choice then to be true to it.
But I don't think Ben is insincere. I don't think he's insincere, so that's kind of the part that's probably the most disturbing, is like everything he's doing is very sincere, so you can kind of take it whichever way you want to.
Is he a sincere psychopath? I'm interested, Twilight Zone, Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone starts tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
You're in the 4th episode, can you tell us something about that?
No. I really can't. Basically, I can tell you it's set in Eagle-Lac, Alaska, in a small post in a highway patrol office and police station. And I play somebody that comes to visit that police station on Christmas and makes it strange as well. There's a theme.
Is that in a month? About when it comes out?
I think so, yeah. I just make things strange. Anyway.
Do that?
I don't know. I guess that's just what I do when I appear places. I've probably made this strange. So, sorry.
Is there a certain kind of role that you want to play, or do you want to play varied things? What do you want to do most?
I don't know. I think I'm just open to anything, and I'm open to whatever comes my way. I've been very fortunate that I've been kind of parsing through these days very different types of roles. So I'm just going to the things that I feel say something, or at the least say something that I want to say. That's my only real primer.
2 more, and then I'll get to you guys. So you rapped Voltron, or Voltron rapped anyway. That was surprising to see you. Was that like a childhood thing of yours?
Yeah, I mean, to be a voice in an animated anything is like the coolest thing. So that was really a dream come true. But then also being able to play like the guy that yells for Voltron is also really dope. And it was really fun to play Keith.
Do you imagine yourself in the
cockpit?
Yeah.
Oh, you should see me when I'm recording. I have my hand on this like imaginary shifter that doesn't exist. I'm glad people don't film me while I'm recording because I look very stupid.
They really should. And then last, I read that they're going to produce an Invincible cartoon, which is, well, why don't you talk about what that is?
Oh yeah, Robert Kirkman is now making an animated show of his amazing comic book run called Invincible. That will come out on Amazon, I think later next year.
Sweet. And there's that's got a pretty cool cast.
Yeah, it's got a great cast.
Mark Hamill,
Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Zazie Beetz.
You're the lead.
Robert. Yeah.
Is that for sure thing? It's going to be a whole season?
Yes, hopefully many seasons.
Yeah. Great. I can't wait for that. Okay, let's get to you guys. Hi, over here. What's your name?
I'm Lily, and I'd like to ask, when you were dying, what did you mean when you said to Maggie, I'll find you?
I think this might be disturbing, but I think how I tried to play it was getting hit took Glenn back to his last memory, his last really intense memory of Maggie, and he kind of was gone by then. So that's kind of where he was talking from.
Discombobulation.
Yeah, kind of around the time when he was looking for Maggie when they were split up before Terminus.
Were you thinking of that in the afterlife?
That too. I mean, it's kind of supposed to say all those things. I think Glenn is on that search for the person he loves, and he has her and he's found her, but also he just got hit in the face really hard.